in good shape after yesterday and know what to bring here. I do like the bursty nature of what Spirit have got here. TA together with Bristle do a ton of damage. You've got the Hoodwink to set it up as well with Sharpshooter burst. And also, they did choose to pick Abaddon into Hoodwink. You got to remember, you can actually die to break here.
True.
As Abaddon. If you're silenced and sharpshootered, that becomes a sudden kill on the enemy carry. So begs the question if that was the right choice here, but let's get there
Keep in
first.
mind, I mean, obviously you can activate borrowed time at any point, but
if you're silenced, you cannot.
That's true. But if there's any dispel,
yeah,
it will get rid of that break.
Yeah.
One of the few breaks that is dispellable, in fact. But yeah, there is that threat for sure. As we get into game number 1 between these two teams that are both 1-1, which is why this is such a surprising matchup here in this stage of the Swiss bracket to the road to TI. So Laurel is playing the Sand King, so will be the mid SK.
Yeah.
And obviously against the Invoker from BZM, which kind of talked about it pregame as that a potential matchup that both should just be able to farm. Not a huge amount of kill potential.
I would think so. Okay, let's see how many. All right, they have 2 Dominators in Quick Buy as their first item here, Invoker and Doom. Obviously, Tango's first. Oh, 4 bounties for Spirit. Okay, wow. That's quite a rare sight.
Yeah, and then we have a Shackle early on from Soxa. Collapse is going to have to go to lane with not too much HP to work with.
That's still a completely fine trade, obviously. They're starting with 1,000 gold lead here. Just raw resources. They can just bring the Tangos to lane that they need and maybe play a little bit more aggressive as a result. We'll see. Yeah, this mid lane. I'm a little bit curious if there's anything to learn here, because this is a matchup I haven't seen very much. I just think instinctively this should just be a draw. But perhaps with those 4 bounty runes, maybe Sand King can play a little bit more aggressively, a little bit faster. Overall, it's probably an easier lane for Sand King to get quote-unquote flawless farm in, because you just, you're just sitting in your Sandstorm. And
I don't understand how that works on towers. That's so ridiculous. Was that in the patch notes? It's just because all it says is the enemy you're attacking. Usually you would assume that does not include buildings.
Yeah, I don't remember when this was changed.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Either that or Fog just came into the green room and just lied. And he's just like sabotaging. It's like, did you see?
So thoughts on BZM and his facet that he chose, which is Scholar of Korix, which is the Quas. Used to seeing the, I never remember the name of it, but it's the Cataclysm, of course.
Yeah, the Quas angle has become more and more popular, but people pick it and then still play Exort. It's just they want the additional upgrades to the other spells. I'm not quite sure what determines what they prioritize. For what it's worth, this game, you don't have any setup for Kata, right?
Yep.
Except Shackle. Wouldn't really count on that. So probably feels like this game he's a bit more of a playmaker and has to set things up himself. So can go for the Korix for that. Maybe the additional max level on Quas has some sort of interaction with combos you can pull off as well. I'm not exactly an Invoker specialist. You
come off as an Invoker specialist.
Yeah, I do know I come off as like a turbo nerd, which is what you need to be to enjoy Invoker, but as a matter of fact, neither of us really, I guess we're immediately dispelling that notion because neither of us plays Kez, which is the the turbo anime nerd.
The agility version of Invoker, in a way.
Yeah. I think they should just drop Kez for the playoff, or excuse me, for the international itself. After the playoffs, during the 3-day player break, just put Kez in there.
What if they, you know, when they introduce a new hero at TI, what if they just do Kez? Nobody will even notice. So in terms of this this Scholar of Korix, do you go Shard? Do you go Ags? Do you do anything related to the facet?
You go Helm of the Dominator.
Yeah, that I got that part.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the Shard, the Ghost Walk that you can use with teammates? Because in theory, that, you know, it could be good.
Yeah, it has some utility. I don't think he's going to make it a priority.
The Ags, I'd be surprised by.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ironic if you pick this and you buy neither Shard nor Scepter.
Yeah.
You're literally just doing it for the Quas then, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, let's see which direction he chooses to take it. I think for this game you could make a decent case for the Shard at least. I think Ghost Walking in a hero like Doom can be really powerful.
Yeah.
Just giving him effectively a Shadow Blade that he doesn't need to buy. And of course, the more Helms of the Dominator you have, the more of a surprise party you can bring with that Ghost Walk.
That's true.
I don't know if they become Invis, actually. They're creep heroes, so they might have special rules.
Now applies Ice Wall damage per second to enemies in a larger radius. Wait, what? Wait, does it just change Ghost Walk in general, or is that just the Shard?
That's when you have Shard.
Because that's not the way the facet is describing it. All it says is Ghost Walk now applies the Ice Wall damage per second to enemies in a larger radius. Am I missing something? Are we dumb? Well, don't answer that part.
Oh, right. They changed the Ghost Walk. Shannon, you and I don't play Invoker, clearly.
No, we don't.
And I forgot that the Shard got changed. It's not the Ghost Walk AoE anymore.
Yeah, okay. That's really
You used to be able,
really excited.
So I think the reason they changed that was because it was too similar probably to Moonlight Shadow in concept. So I think they were just like, all right, let's make this something else, something more unique to itself. So yeah, so you're just doing more damage when you're inside of Ghost Walk. That's the Ice Wall damage.
Okay, so we'll be seeing that.
Glad to learn at TI, of course, along with the viewers. Everybody, if you're tuning in for the first time, Invoker Shard, as a matter of fact.
This is the noob stream, right? Where you get noob casters. Learn the game with us. It's okay. We don't play Invoker.
I'll say this much, every time, every day we cast, we get something wrong because this game is so ever changing. There's always something you either forgot or just realized.
Honestly, this one
so
I don't
hard.
even feel bad about.
No, it's okay.
Not that I ever do anyway.
I'm just saying I'm not going to beat myself up too much over making mistakes because it's part of Dota. It's also part of it for the teams. Sometimes the teams learn something they had no idea about.
Yeah, maybe BZM doesn't even know.
It's possible.
He's played it several times this tournament. Maybe he still doesn't know how it works.
We're going to see him pick up the Shard, run to 3 teammates, and then Ghost Walk next to them, and then ping a go.
That's good stuff. Sunstrike will clip Laurel. Takes a Tornado for his troubles as well. And, okay, he's going to use Cold Snap from BZM. Bushwhack, though, as Rue makes his way over to the mid lane to keep things at bay. 6-minute power rune goes to Soxa with that haste.
It was a very quiet early game in terms of kills, but we are starting to see Spirit take a bit of advantage in this laning stage. Obviously, starting with the 4 bounties was very good for them, but the 27 denies on Yatoro is crazy.
Oh my god.
33's Doom has... Oh, it's not going to hit the Sunstrike. I think Collapse will be okay now.
Oh, the Blood Grenade is going to clip. The Photic Shield's going to go off in a moment. Laurel making his way over. And that's going to force Chrysalis and company back to where they came from.
Yeah. Could have absolutely waited there on that Sunstrike. I think just wait until Bristleback chooses his path there between left and right, and then I don't think you have any risk of missing that, but maybe a little bit over-eager there, BZM, to get his
It's
first
probably because he was reading what his Shard does.
Yeah.
So
maybe he
can't do too much at the same time.
Could also be...
First epicenter of the game. That's how long this first blood is taken. Toby taken out by Laurel. First blood 7 minutes in the game, which is good because if there was more action, we would have just thought that the Shard on Invoker was the same as it was 2 months ago, Cinder.
Gave us time to study live.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the biggest discrepancy though. Is just the safe lane, right? For Yatoro here, it's just absolutely destroying 33's Doom. Can't say I'm too surprised. It is a TA favorite matchup, and Doom Shaman into TA Pugna should just be a very easy lane for Spirit, but I was not anticipating they would win it by this much. Like 50-27 against 21-6 on the Doom. It's definitely a very good start for them, and also now getting the first blood, but you know, the overall gold, it still looks quite healthy for Tundra with the exception of the Doom, so I don't think this is all too much of a concern. And again, probably going to be a slightly slower game just by nature of the drafts.
And it feels like when 33 gets off to a rough start, he still ends up owning somehow. So a player you don't generally have to worry about either.
Yeah, I think most... If you asked the entire pro scene who they think is the best Doom in the world, I think he would get maybe like 75% or more of the votes. So it's exceptional on this hero. It should be said, though, that even though 33 is also a very clever comeback player, certain heroes that he plays definitely do a worse job at it. And I think Doom is probably in the middle of the pack there. There's been other games where we've seen, that's what's so interesting about this guy, is he's very good at small nuances in the laning stage, but when he can't take advantage of them, some parts of his hero pool can just fall completely flat. Doom not really one of them, though.
Well, I see the first Doom of the game. Indeed, that is the case.
He died.
33 just hits level 6, and it's like, okay, let's just get this off cooldown. No big deal. Evens up the score 1-1.
Yeah, realistically, are you going to Doom anyone else in the next 2 minutes, right? Like, who are you going to find?
Yeah, with how slow the game has been going, for sure.
TA will be jungling a good portion of the time, and when she is contesting you in lane, you don't kill with Doom anyway. You need more backup to get that kill. So.
And I assume that this Helm will also be in place of the Midas on Doom, which is the usual pickup.
I think so.
Very interesting developments here. The road to TI. As Laurel going to be trying to defend this tier 1 tower. Will be doing so successfully.
We were theory crafting in the green room yesterday how to counter Helm of the Dominator, and by the combined powers of everyone in there, including super high MMR player Stormstormer, we came to the conclusion there's 0 counters to this item right now. In the past, what you would do against Helm of the Dominator, you could Midas it, you could Dagon it, you could take it over with certain heroes, or, you know, there were different solutions to it. Spells used to be able to kill it in a different way, like let's say Frostbite, for example, Mirana's Arrow, Pudge Hook, but it's a creep hero now.
Yeah.
And under those rules, it acts similarly to, if you think, Spirit Bear from Lone Druid. So there's no, when I say there's no counters, it's obviously not in the sense of, okay, by Dominators you can't lose, but more, there's no direct way of just saying, okay, we want to kill this creep, or we want to steal it. You need to beat it with brute force, and you can see Rue is going to work here, trying to prevent BZM from farming this camp with it, and is successful.
Well, I will say, OD Pixel did ask AI, ChatGPT, what the counter was, and ChatGPT came up with the idea of forcing the enemy to sell the item, which, you know, maybe that's something we'll see in the future.
Yeah, if it did say if you force them to sell the item, the creep will die. And then afterwards...
Yakutou, Chaotic Offering right on top of his head. TPs are coming. He's pretty low already, though. The Sunstrike's going to finish him off. Indeed, that occurs. The TP actually cancels now as Rue, left to his own devices, attempting to run away, but it feels like it's just a matter of time. He uses the Sharpshooter to get to the high ground.
He
forcing the chase.
Get out here. He has another scurry and oh, there's the...
Yeah, he's got the Wild Wing Ripper.
Yeah, if not for that, he's getting out.
Rue inside the tree line. This is really annoying to finish off, and Sakta will eventually take it home. So nice 2 kills here for Tundra, and they should be able to get the tier 1 as well.
Yeah, this is a really strong timing for them. First golem drop, mad value, killing the carry, taking the support with you, you're killing the tower. Miposhka in the meantime gets soloed by BZM. A lot of good things happening around the map here for Tundra right now, and this was, again, a bit of my concern with Spirit here is how are you going to structure the game around your supports when they can't really playmake with anyone else than Sand King right now? Sand King needs to get to Blink. It is getting close to it, but Tundra with a nice little early lead, and now with these 2 Helms of the Dominator, they're going to be kicking up the tempo quite fast. Doom and Invoker will be non-stop pressuring the lanes. If you keep needing to put out fires, you're not making moves of your own. That's a really big part of why this item feels so strong compared to Midas. If you think of it as an economy item, it's an economy item that also pressures the enemy team. Like Midas, you're just farming, right? But here...
And Miposhka will avoid the Sunstrike, but it feels like a matter of time before he drops to the deck. Rue, though.
Good drain.
Sharpshooter. And Miposhka actually staying alive, and this is going to be turned around instead onto the support for the Tundra side. Collapse.
Good response.
Indeed. TP's over to help solidify that.
And yeah, this Dominator on Invoker is so strong with Cold Snap, right? It's
that's true.
Possibly also why you run the Corex is getting that extra point into Cold Snap in the end. Just making it last that little bit longer and be that bit stronger too. 6.6 second duration with your Dom Creep when you've Quas maxed out. It's no joke. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, AI had another suggestion to counter the Dom, by the way, if you remember.
Kill the creep?
Kill the owner and the creep loses its purpose.
Oh, there I didn't know that. Toby gets sniped from the low ground, and Now Spirit an opportunity to push this tier 1 tower, and that is one of the benefits of having the Pugna with the Nether Blast constantly coming out. They're going to fortify, though, from the Tundra side.
Yep.
As BZM is, in fact, going for Aghanim Scepter, by the way. To see that in action.
Okay, so he will be going for the upgraded Ice Wall.
Yeah, very cool.
The Vector Cast... once again, not the most obvious combos with it here, but maybe he just thinks it's a good overall item in general. It's obviously got a nice build-up on Invoker. You know, you are taking advantage of...
Okay, well, we're wrong about everything, it seems. There's a Midas now on 33. I mean, he can sell anything, so I guess...
I think Doom is the one exception where why not, right?
Yeah.
It's just... I feel like if you're playing Doom in a slow game, you should always buy this item because it's just free for you.
Okay, well, the Chaotic Offering just used to little effect. We'll get the tier 1 tower, I suppose, but definitely not the impact that Tundra were looking for. In fact, gets denied by Rue. Good snipe. Having a pretty good game now on that Hoodwink. And Yatoro leading the charts in terms of net worth, but the next 3 are on the Tundra side, thanks to the helms that they have chosen to pick up.
In part, at least. Yeah, we've barely talked about Crystallis, because honestly, he just gets a total free time up top, right? This is going to be a 15-minute Radiance phase, null. It's pretty standard. This is nothing to write home about, but it's also, you know, it's just solid. So, considering this was a lane that you were probably never getting a killing, I mean, Abaddon Warlock just doesn't kill, right? So, keeping that in mind, he's doing a good job. He's keeping up with the pace that he's meant to have here.
Yep.
The break.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ends up basically nullifying the foul play. Nice counter that we actually did not discuss.
Yeah, I don't think they picked Hoodwink to counter Shaman's innate, but...
You never know.
You know, it's true.
I mean, some people get really tilted by that innate.
Yeah. Laurel trying to kill Hemel the Dominator. He learns that it's not possible. He will not try next time. This is also one of the harder kills for him to get, right? It's the Warpine Raider. Yeah. So that one is tough to break down with sinking. Extra magic resist.
Collapse with a very early Lotus Orb as Laurel's going to pop the Epicenter. Go on top of the Warlock with the Bushwhack. That's enough to take out Toby. Didn't have the ult anyway, but still a nice pickup from Team Spirit. Life Drain now being applied to Laurel, get him in a healthy state. Looks like he's going to be able to get the Shield Rune for himself now, so just needs to avoid the Tornado once he pops it. At 33. In the vicinity of BZM, so I'm actually going to wait a bit. Now BZM a bit isolated. Nice snipe, though.
Oh, that's a pretty good steal. That was like 200 gold. Taken there from Miposhka. If you have Miposhka on your fantasy team, of course, we're very happy to see that.
I do actually.
Yeah, so do I. Oh.
Keep it up, Miposhka.
Yeah, make sure you get all those CS. I don't actually know what my scoring metrics are for
Neither do I. That was too complicated.
Yeah, okay.
Too much reading.
Did you actually give them like skills or no?
What, don't they come with stuff automatically?
Oh yeah, but you want to upgrade your banners, right?
I did not.
Oh, you did not?
No, it's just too
much. I have Watchers, Runes, and First Blood. Well, First Blood's not good here, surely.
Radiance online for Crystallis. We'll be going for the Manta into Blink.
Yeah, standard.
Pretty standard stuff. And this Tornado not going to hit anyone from the
This is
side.
Insane timing, by the way.
Rude just drops. Yeah, have the Warlock Golem at the ready as well.
Golem, 2 Doms, upgraded Shaman Snake, Radiance Abaddon at 15 minutes. This is such a difficult team to fight into. That's why the Glyph is important.
Oh, they're great looking for Yatoro. This is the big kill if they can find it. He has the Doom. Actually uses the Wild Wing Ripper. Very nicely done. Gets the Doom off. Do they have the damage to follow it up, though? Can attempt a TP. Tornado will stop it. And now Yatoro will likely fall. Tomato. He's dead.
Really nicely played there from 33. First of all, finding him is one thing, but then he kept pump faking his Infernal Blade because he knows TA is going to try to TP out after it. And made sure that BZM was in range before he actually went for the swing to bait Yatoro to try the TP and fail. So, very nice little detail there. Nets them the biggest kill of the game so far, I would argue.
Haven't been that many kills, but yeah.
Yeah, we're still looking quite even on the net worth, but I do think Tundra should be quite happy with that. Their lineup becomes insane later in the game. Doom, Invoker late game, and Abaddon. I think these are, in current Dota, I think Abaddon is one of, he's like a top 3 late game carry now. This hero has changed a lot over the years. If you're used to seeing it support from back in the day or maybe off lane, when you play this build and you run it carry, it can be ridiculous late game. You even have Warlock. Like, this Tundra lineup is just super nasty later on. So I think if you could keep this 1k gold lead for 20 minutes, I think you're quite favored later on, I have to say.
Yeah.
So not looking too shabby here to start.
Especially when you get into the 25 territories. Doom has some of the best talents in the game when it comes to late game scenario. Not sure if you even go for the break against Collapse, but you have the option.
Yeah.
Obviously, the mute is just insane on everyone.
Muting TA is so good because late game TA is dependent on Pyke, for example, to position herself, and you just get taken out.
Well, this is a good pickup for Spirit. We'll get the Roche for free, it seems.
Yep. Nice play call, taking advantage of the Desolator here, as well as, of course, Pugna just being able to non-stop refill. And Collapse with the Lotus Orb. You're seeing the win expectancy there. The prognosis is a 60% favor for Tundra with a dead even gold situation. So it does tell the story that they might indeed theoretically be favorites. Actually, the graph has been at about 60 the whole game. Wow. Gaben loves Warlock.
Indeed. Well, it'll be a trade for the Tormentor. See who picks up this shard. So BZM now with the Aghanim Scepter, which upgrades Ice Wall. Toby will be the recipient of the shard here. So Ice Wall becomes vector targeted, and then if a unit is in there for 2.5 seconds, they get rooted.
Yeah.
And take even more damage.
You sure about that, Shannon? You think they didn't change that one? Or did you just read it?
I have it up right now, yep, just in case.
Okay. Good. I wonder if... I mean, you're playing against TA and Bristle, so Ice Wall as a concept is just incredibly powerful. So being able to vector target that in their path of both aggression and of retreat is really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, these upgrades for Invoker always sounded kind of strong. It's just everything in comparison to Cataclysm felt like, I mean, why would you ever bother? But we're seeing them bother here.
Yeah. Obviously, you could also just have played without Ags. I'm not sure if that was a consideration here or not.
Another Serpent Ward to solidify this tier 2 tower.
They want to defend.
Yeah, there's a couple TPs coming. I mean, this tower certainly
You're not defending this. It's already lost.
The giant Serpent Ward is going to be really hard to take out. Soxa, it's going to get sharpshootered in the butt and taken out as a result. Toby's actually used Chaotic Offering. Is this actually a fight? Are they using this in defense as Laurel, Epicenter, not going to get that many procs, but has the Aghanim Scepter now, so Toby going to take a ton of damage as a result. Kind of a weird state of affairs, and we're seeing the Ice Wall used for the first time.
Yeah. Tornado combo, when you can hit those 2 heroes and then lay down the Ice Wall, he only managed to snap the one of them, and the other guy has a Lotus, so did not look all that impressive just there and then.
Maybe, I mean, that fight in for both sides, there's miscommunication, it feels like.
Yeah, for me, it's weird to begin with that Spirit even go down there to try and defend that and find a fight, and then, yeah, beside of Tundra.
Tornado, 33 jumping in. Doesn't even bother with the Doom because that is an easy kill onto Laurel. But the Bushwhack's going to slow him down a bit.
He might just blink Doom here.
Gets glimmered, and there's the Doom. And the Wild Wing Ripper still inside of the belly of 33. Rue will be able to get out, but 2 dead for Team Spirit, despite having the Aegis on their side. This basically nullifies a minute or so off the timer.
I feel like it's rare that you see Hurricane being used this much. Like,
yeah, it's been
33
pretty
just
effective.
keeps finding good moments to pull people back. Not bad. Yep. Audience is definitely reading that. Thank you.
Ice Wall upgrades. That's all you got to know, okay? Will he go for the shard? Really excited to see that Ghost Walk.
I think, I actually remember this now, when this shard was changed, people were meme building Radiance shard on Invoker and just walking around in Ghost Walk, because then you're burning for the Radiance damage and the Ice Wall damage.
Yeah.
So you were like burning for 100-something damage per second. Very effective, especially in the lower brackets of Dota where detection doesn't exist.
That's right.
But I think people even pulled it off in high Immortal games a couple times. I'm not mistaken.
Those are always funny clips.
You do get used to it, of course. Now, big item alert, Doom with the BKB, and once again, everything just going seemingly according to plan for Tundra. Now, a lot of Spirit games go this route, though. That's what's worth keeping in mind. They are no strangers to falling behind and then making really great comebacks off of clutch plays.
Maybe some TPs to Jones. Ever see the Ice Wall onto Collapse? Gonna root him, but the Lotus, like you said, is there. Collapse still is gonna take too much damage. BZM gets credit for that. Mass TPs, can they make this even more worth it? Rue, attempted teleportation.
Oh,
actually does get out. The miss.
Dodge.
Very
What's
nice.
his chance at that? 21%?
Easy.
All right, he dies out 4 out of 5 times there, so 33 wants a mulligan. No chance, though.
Yeah, it does feel like smooth sailing, though, for Tundra so far. Pretty low kill count for both teams. But like you said, if Tundra get to late game, they're looking quite nice. I mean, the problem is Spirit late game, just in general, like regardless of lineup, they are the... I mean, who's better late game than Team Spirit?
I think in this tournament, you could potentially make a case, even going in, I've said that, oh, hang on. Let's see if 33 can play a way out of this one. Doesn't look likely.
BKB trying to run away, but the Blink Dagger from Yatoro spells the end for 33.
Finally, a big find for Spirit. It feels like it's been 10 minutes since they got anything really meaningful going. Yeah, Spirit, if you had to pick one team in the world that are the best late game, it's them, right? But I think there are a couple of potential rivals. Just in general, I've kept a team like Xtreme in high regard in terms of late game teamfight execution. It's just that so many of their games, they over the year, they just haven't really got there on good terms.
Yeah.
So
Collapse. Stuck in a weird spot here. Gonna get Deafening Blasted and killed off. Soxa gets credit for that. Did require the Serpent Ward, though.
it's kind of hard for, I don't know, how easy do you find it to gauge how much damage this Axe on Invoker is doing? Because it's like, these situations, it looks really nice, and it is definitely doing some good damage, but versus regular Ice Wall...
Laurel, Epicenter. Okay, this could be a big find for them, but the TP, and he's out. So now the Epi down, used to little effect.
There was actually an opportunity there, I think maybe for Rue, with a max range dust into Bushwhack, but he ran in for the sentry, maybe assumed that Invoker was moving, which don't blame him for. They don't know for a fact that he's TPing there, right?
Toby, he's going to be found, though. And taken out easily. Chrysalis
is probably going to
get bushwhacked, and maybe he can find Miposhka as a nice block from BZM's creep. And Miposhka going to die as a result. So support for support. MKB now online for Yatoro.
Yeah, wants that True Strike against the Radiance. Baden, at the same time, is now starting to close in on an Orchid. It's going to make Pugna's life in particular absolutely miserable. And that's another thing to keep in mind when you're looking at this Radiant lineup. I think Nullifier is going to be really powerful later, and you do have a good buyer for that in the Abaddon. You can absolutely buy that after Bloodthorn. You just blink in Bloodthorn, nullify someone, and kill them. And Pugna loses a ton of its efficiency. Pugna right now is everything Miposhka is doing get countered by one item. Force Staff, Glimmer, and Decrep all get ruined when you get nullified. So you isolate a target, you jump them with a bat and pop all your stuff on them, they're in big trouble. In the meantime, there's also Doom to worry about.
Yeah.
So Spirit's formation and their late game team play here has to be stellar, which we've come to expect of them. We're used to it. But I think this is in like the harder...
It's a tall order.
This is in the harder subset of late games that they have to play. Because I don't even feel like their lineup outscales the enemy this time. So even falling behind, there's that extra hurdle of can Yatoro be set up to make this happen?
They find Miposhka.
It's the Orchid.
He is attempting to TP. Oh, Chaotic Offering used just to take him out.
That's a statement golem right there. It
sure is. They don't want the fantasy points for all the Miposhka people out there. He will drop as a result.
Get him gone.
They haven't really cared too much about the cooldowns. I mean, if you look at the cooldowns in general, these big ults on the Tundra side, they're pretty significant, but
I think it's a good golem.
It's kind of a skirmish type of game where we haven't really had any good old-fashioned true team fights.
I definitely agree 100% with this golem drop. Like, just take the kills you can get. You're controlling the map. You keep pushing lanes with your Dominators, with your Forge Spirits, with a Baden who's a tough kill. Spirit are very clearly just getting cornered on the map and are just non-stop putting out fires, and it means they're not making a single move of their own almost. There's just so much trash that you constantly need to take out, and it's really difficult to play like that. So if you have that kind of iron grip on the map, just golem a kill. Doesn't matter. You're not going to need it for a team fight that Spirit can't find. 9K the lead now. Oh. Steady growth.
This is a potential move from Spirit. They are smoked. Looking for a fight now. Chrysalis, tough target to open on.
He is just not possible, right?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult indeed. Toby, of course, does not have his ult. They should know this.
Yeah, they should.
He's actually frontlining, but they're still not going to pursue. Just want to get control of their triangle again, get the outpost as well.
God. This is... Okay.
Very timid play from Spirit.
I mean, it's just really, really hard to make moves. This is kind of bringing me back to Illusion split push meta. Just that the Helm of the Dominator is playing the role of like half an Illusion hero, but then you also have a Baden with Manta and Radiance. So you are playing a traditional Manta Radiance Illusion split push carry style, but then you just add these extra elements to it that make it even harder. Oh,
Toro, he's found. Do they have to follow up? The ice wall is not going to be up in time. Laurel found by 33 in the meantime. Do they have the vision? Gets off the Scorcher. He does get off the Doom in the last moment, but Laurel gets to the high ground. He might be fine. 33 is going to pop the BKB and try to pursue a little bit further. They take out Rue in the meantime. As Forstaff going to keep Sanking a little bit more safe, but it looks like he's going to tick out eventually to the Radiance and the Doom as Chrysalis pops the Manta, gets back to the low ground. So 2 kills very swiftly for Tundra. Forced out of fortification with the Serpent Ward as well on the bot side.
Yeah, somebody has to take care of this. They need to break the ward, but
that's really hard.
Baden the wall.
Chrysalis blinks up. Can they deal with this Abaddon? Collapse has to pop the Lotus in retreat. This tower is dead at the very least. Serpent Ward still extremely healthy as 33 jumps in with the Shivas. Actually 4 steps Yatoro to the other side. Yatoro's in a lot of trouble now. Gets decrepified at the last moment. Chrysalis, there's the Tornado to dispel and do a lot of damage with the EMP to follow. Able to blink out into the fountain though. So he will survive, but at the cost of his entire bot side. So Tundra making the first move seemingly of the entire game between these two teams, despite these little skirmishes. And they successfully get the bottom lane.
And 33 says, good job team, and buys a Midas. Doom is such a silly hero, honestly. Just this constant economy game. Buying Midas, using it a couple of times, selling it back with Devil's Bargain, buying your next item, then later, oh, I can buy Midas again. Yeah, but yeah, as you said, executed very well, very swift move.
Waiting.
Spirit, yep, they're trying their own move, not gonna happen.
No, it is not. Hex right on top of the pug. Now Chrysalis goes in for the killing blow as Chrysalis' ult finally pops. He's going to be quite healthy for this engagement to follow. They find Laurel and they destroy him. He just feels so squishy against this Tundra lineup. And the rest of Spirit now on the run. Chrysalis blinks in without any fear. Soxa finds the Hex onto Yatoro. Sunstrike is going to hit Yatoro with the BKB. Trying to apply some pressure to Sox, but he gets the Glimmer. Looks like he's going to be A-okay. And now Collapse trying to fight against the rest of the Tundra lineup, seemingly. 33 trying to look for the Doom. Doesn't have the vision. Shiva's going to pop the Tornado. Not going to clip, so Collapse should be able to get out. But no, 33 at the last moment gets his blink off cooldown again. Does not have to even bother with the ult. They get that kill, and they're going to get more, and this is likely going to be the game.
He's styling on them with that Psychic Headband. That's the second time he blinks in front of a hero, stuns them, and pushes them back toward his own team. It was the same thing he did to Yatoro in the Radiant base, and to be fair, Yatoro might have actually died there if they didn't Tornado him, allowing him to blink out. But yeah, this very quickly got out of control.
Chrysalis, he's not scared at all. We'll pop the ult a little bit prematurely, but regardless, they should be able to get this second set. Yatoro jumps in. Get Cold Snap, though, into the Tornado. Still provides enough time. He actually gets Ice Walled as well, and there's 33. Still had the Doom at his disposal. Down goes Yatoro. 83 seconds, no buyback. Laurel's ult does basically nothing, can barely move. My goodness, just getting styled on completely as Toby kind of left alone in this scenario, but that is just one kill out of many. And now Spirit losing their last barrack, so mega creeps in favor of Tundra in prime position to take this game number 1.
This has me thinking, if Spirit had, with Spirit's incredible late game prowess, if Eternal Envy was playing on this team, would they ever be beatable? Like, incredible late game plus the Envy losing barracks buff? Could you break the game?
I mean, we've seen Spirit defend with megas against megas so many times.
We have. This one, though, they're going to get swarmed, right? They're going to take this Aegis, wait for their Doom to be up again, and then run in, Dominators in hand, drop the big Serpent Ward, drop the Golem, and just get to work. There is so much for Spirit to take care of. And I think it's pretty clear now that we saw this game play out. Honestly, I think if we played it once more, I wouldn't expect Spirit to be able to put much more of a dent into Tundra than this. I felt like the entire game Spirit were not avoiding making moves because they were being scared or timid about it. They were just stressed the whole way. There was just no breathing room. So I think this is more of a strategic loss rather than execution, and you need to make the right adjustment for the next game. I feel like we might see the Invoker banned, to be honest. Take out one of Tundra's best Dominator heroes that is really setting the pace. BZM has had a massive impact on this game. He's been in 13 out of 18 kills. He's been threatening and pressuring towers nonstop. Well, running around Ghost Walk, setting up threats, and now to finish off this game running his AC. And this would be his 3rd consecutive win on Invoker as the only player to play at this tournament.
Yeah.
Which is maybe something for other teams to learn from here.
Yeah, perhaps. Buy more Helma Dominators.
Yeah, that's one thing to learn. You could do that on any hero, though.
Yep. Ice Wall, very strong.
Yep.
As the tier 4 towers, the last remaining defense for Team Spirit as the mega creeps are coming in. So Spirit, or it's for Tundra rather, just gonna wait.
Yeah, time for Banner plus Serpent Ward.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the Golem whenever Spirit try to engage into you. They're giving them the respect, though. I feel like Tundra would be a little bit more gung-ho against other teams.
Yeah, probably. There's the Hex with the break on top of the Bristleback. Chaotic Offering comes out, 33 with the BKB, getting in really deep. Trying to go for Rue, will kill him off in the fountain. Buys back in. That's the Doom applied to the Bristleback. I don't know if he's going to tick out. It's going to be close as Laurel gets off his epicenter. A lot of the procs onto the other side, though, not hitting many enemies. 33 gets broken by the Sharpshooter. Laurel, still with that BKB. Yatoro has a lot of right-click damage, so 33 has to force staff away. Meanwhile, the Serpent Ward doing quite a bit of work against these tier 4 towers. Only one remains at this moment as the creeps are starting to swarm inside the base, and now the Ancient fully exposed. Yatoro and company, they've got to do something about this Roche banner as well, as looks like Sox is eventually going to be taken about Yatoro, but he doesn't have the vision for the Glimmer Cape. Meanwhile, Laurel gets taken out easily as Rue. That is a dieback now, so 2 dead for Spirit as the Ancient will officially fall. And the GGs finally come out, and Tundra take game number 1.
Yeah, Spirit played till the bitter end, but it's a pretty swift end here. Only 36 minutes. Spirit generally don't lose this fast. Most of their games, they're able to either extend it, or obviously many of their games, as we've come to know, they will end up clutching out a win. But this time around, not the case. I really like what Tundra brought to the table in this game. I think